Well, hello everyone. So for today, I'll be reviewing the Transformers masterpiece, MP46 Predacon Destron Spy, or as we all know and love her as blackarachnia from Transformers Beast Wars. So here is the special version with the box cover. Includes figure, 12 accessories, display stand, character card, and instructions. So this is the Hasbro box. So I'll get this out of the way. And inside that box, you get the official Takara box. It says Transformers Masterpiece, nice shiny metallic 35th anniversary sticker, Black Widow, Beast Wars, or blackarachnia, very nice of her robot mode and her spider mode. Side, you get a nice image of her. Side again, you get a nice picture of her spider mode. On the back, you get a picture of her in robot mode, different clips from the show, all three of her optional faces, her anchor shot, her rear view, the spider web, the poison anchor, list of all the accessories, which we will get to, her visor, her Neo round machine gun, robot mode, more pictures of her spider mode from the show, and beast mode. So, with all this aside, before I get to the figure, I got the special edition, but I will show off what you get with the special edition in a second. Here's her instruction booklet, which I love these because this is only on the Beast Wars figures, where on one side you have the instruction sheet, and on the other side you have a nice extension to her. So if you don't want to read the card, then you have her stats right here. Everything else, how you do some of her special accessories. So let me get this folded back up. And we will take a look at her card. Nice artwork of blackarachnia. Back you have her robot mode and her beast mode. Her strength is a 4, her intelligence is a 7, her speed is a 6, endurance is a 6, rank is a 5, courage is 8, fire blast 7, and skill 8. So a pretty good character, but she's not as strong, which we saw that in the show, how she would go up against other ones, but she is, as it said, her intelligence, she is very smart. So with that aside, now since I got the special edition, which came with the black box from Hasbro cover, you also get the special MP46 collectible pin. And I also bought MP45 and MP44, and with those figures, I got a collectible pin too in this, except it just says 44, 45, and this one's 46. So you just open this up. A completely die-cast metal pin. Matrix outline, her face on it. It says MP46. Let me try to focus camera. Come on, camera, focus. There you go. MP46, Transformers Masterpiece, her Tomy underneath it. Picture of her face, MP46. And if you want to wear this on your shirt, you can, because it's just a little pin, so you can slide this off. There's the pin. So, just slide that back on. So, I do plan on getting like a little sheet thing that I can hang up and clip the pins onto. But until then, I keep it in the box, which is nice. And I got all these figures in Big Bag Toy Store, so go check them out because they are awesome. And so with that, we shall get onto the figure. Alright then, getting onto the figure. So this is how I had her displayed at the time, and I thought I'd start here and not have to transform her because this is how I had her displayed. So here she is in her spider mode on her web. Now, before I get down to the figure, the nitty and the gritty, I'm going to slide her back a little bit, and I'm going to go over some of her accessories. Because some of her accessories do attach in the spider mode, which I think is nice. So first, we get her poison anchor, I think is what it's called. And on mine, I actually pulled the string, and it allowed me to, instead of having the rope on the side, if you take the knot and you slowly, gently pull down the knot a little bit, you can kind of wedge it. Let me get it here, I just had it. And it is possible to tighten it back up if you want to. But for me, this is something that I did, and I liked it, and I just messed it up. Give me just a second here. Just pull it. Okay, I got it. Yeah, I just kind of pulled it up a little bit. That way the knot is on the point. That way it stands up straight. You don't have to worry about that. But if you want, all you got to do is just push it back here and pull the string and push the knot back up. This is how I keep it because it looks cooler like that. But this can attach in our spider mode, which I will show off in just a minute. And it does have a purpose in robot mode. You can use it in robot mode in 2 different ways. They don't really show it in the instructions, but I figured it out because of how certain things work. So, nice Predacon symbol. It's made of a very nice flaky, flaky shimmer, which is very, very cool. I really like that. And her second anchor shot is actually stored in the spider mode. You can use this one, but I prefer to use the other one. So, let me set this over here. You do get a pretty long string. You get her visor, which she used in the, I think it was the last episode of Season 1. This works with all 3 of her faceplates, and this does remove. The little hose does remove. There's a little port right there. And in case this one breaks, they actually included a second one, so you get 2, which I think is very cool. So let me scoot this over here. You also get her regular face. And mine did break. That was my fault, though. So I just got me some crazy glue, put it back on there, solid as a rock, ain't coming off. So, with that out of the way, here is her regular face. And here is her screaming face when Tarantulas possesses her. Very nice detail. Only wish that they'd give us 2 of these and one with black eyes. But anyway, what are you going to do? Come on, camera, focus for me. And nice Black Widow hourglass symbol on all the faces. So let me scoot these to the side. Now getting onto the figure. She is amazing. Like an awesome figure. So let me just kind of position this down here a bit. Alright, so she is actually on her display stand, which doubles as a web stand for her spider mode, which I think is very cool. And I will show how this all attaches, but for now, this took me so much work to get her on this thing, so hopefully I can take her off without removing one of her... Yes, I did it. Okay. I'm going to set her off to the side. For her display stand assembly, what you have to do is, when you get it in the box, it is just one of the bases that came in the Masterpiece Dinobot, which has these 4 holes. You take the stand arm, which is the exact same arm that came with Masterpiece Tracks, and it just clips down, and which allows it to rotate. It clicks forward all the way, clicks back all the way on a nice ratchet. It's got a hinge here, which goes down that far, a hinge all the way back. It's got a hinge right here, which allows it to go forward and back. It's got a little peg, but that's for robot mode, and for the web assembly, you want to have it like this, which it will fit into this hole right here. And this piece right here is for robot mode, which it completely configures around in a different way, but I'll show that in a minute. And so, there you go. And for robot mode, because I'm going to start transforming her now, for her robot mode configuration to use the web, you want to take it off, set it to the side, and then you are left with this piece. Then you want to just, let me actually get her, one of her anchor shots, because this is easier to remove. You just plug it in, and it does have a little bit of stress marks, but all you gotta do is take a hairdryer on max heat, put it in there, it'll be fine. Just let it wave around a bit, and it'll be all good. So, let me You just gotta take it and twist. It's almost impossible to do unless you have this in here. So, let me just... Actually, it's easier to do if it's on the web. So, let me just... Oh, let me get it off. Oh my goodness, things are going everywhere. I did this easily yesterday. Yeah, you just gotta take it until it gets loose. And it will pop off. And this just comes off. Alright, now, the connection is loose, but that's because of it being applied. But all you gotta do is take a hairdryer and heat blast that thing, and all the stress marks will disappear and it will get tighter. But this is for spider mode, which is only used in spider mode to attach to her anchor shot to keep her on the base. So, now that that's out of the way, you can set that to the side. Here is the web. And for robot mode configuration, what you want to do is just pop this piece off. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4 clips, which means this can be positioned in any way you want. And it just clips on, and you want to take it, rotate it around, and just reapply it on the front. And this web is made out of different pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4 different pieces. And it just all clips together. Let me get it unwedged. See? Right there. And you just take them all, and it's got 3 little pegs, and they can divide into little pieces. And they just clip in to assemble it. Alright, and so now we can get this into robot mode. You want to take this, and it will just plug in on the back. And now the stand is in its robot mode configuration for blackarachnia. And you can use the stand both ways, which I will show off in a bit. Alright, moving on to blackarachnia. Very, very nice figure. I love it. Now, I think I transformed mine my own way in a certain place around here, because I can't remember how it was transformed whenever I got her out of the box, but this seems to do the job, and I think this is the right way you're supposed to do it. So, do it however you want. I have the legs positioned a certain way for a stand mode. This is actually how they're supposed to be. You're supposed to take them, rotate this around. This is a robot mode gimmick, but I used it for spider mode. That way it was easier for her to be on the stand because of how her legs position. But now, get all these twisted around. And most people may not be able to do this, but on mine, I can. If you position her a certain way, let me angle the camera down here a bit, you can actually have her stand up in her spider mode all on her own. You just got to get all the legs positioned in the right way. And test your legs, because some want to ratchet. Like this one's clicking, and this one is just a loose hinge. So take all the legs off. Find which ones don't ratchet and which ones do. Put the ratcheting ones here, 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 and here. That way it will be easier for her to support herself when she's in spider mode. So just find a sweet place for it all to go. Position her head a certain way. And there you go. She can stand. Which most people haven't been able to get theirs to do. But I can on mine. And we're also going back to this. She can position herself standing up if you have all the legs turned around a certain way. I think. I don't think I've actually tried this yet, but we're going to try it on camera. Which I think this looks more accurate to how she walked in the show with her legs up like this. So, I mean, do it however you want. But, let's see if I can get this to work. No, it does not want to work because of how the friction works. But this is more of how she looked in the show with her legs. So, articulation-wise, in this mode, you've already seen how all the legs move. So you got a ball joint at the base, so all free range, and then somewhat of a ratchet on the leg. For head posability, oops, just like a real spider, legs want to pop off everywhere. For For head postability in spider mode, let me get all the legs out of the way. She has a hinge, which allows you to move the head up and down. It kind of shifts, too. Her head can rotate around. Her mandibles, let me get in really close here, they can open that far. And she has little she has little teeth here. And if you close this all the way, the teeth can move by themselves. I think you all can see that. Yeah. The teeth move by themselves, or the fangs move by themselves. But they do not move up and down, they only move left and right. So, with that, I think we can get down to transformation. So, have the arms positioned this way. You want this is how I have it for spider mode with the ball joints visible. You want to take it, and you want to turn it around to where they're not visible. Position all the legs correctly. Oh yeah, and one more bit of articulation. This little gold piece that the arm legs are on can rotate up and down. While you can also turn it here. So you can have her in a bunch of different poses. So. Well, actually, hang on. I think I just figured it out. How you can have her in that. Yes, you can. Okay. I wasn't doing it right. Give me just a second here. I think you can have her stand up in her spider mode. Kind of like the right way. There we go. Okay, you can do it. Yes, it is possible to have her standing up, mostly like she did in the show. So if you want to display her in her spider mode, it is possible to have her stand up and not have her body on the ground. So, that's cool. Alright, now for transformation. If you want to, you can pop off all the legs, but I'm going to try to do it with the legs on. But you want to spread them out. Bring this hinge down. Make sure all the legs are facing upward. You want to turn the head around. You want to come down to the bottom, and how she attaches to the stand in spider mode, you have this little piece, and it will just clip on to that, and it goes inside the base. You want to, take this off if you still have it on, and this clips in, so you want to take it, grab it, wiggle it, and it will come off. She has two little tabs right here, which will go into these two slots right here. It's not a very tight connection. You have to do this before you transform her fully, because it is very hard to get it back on. But I think if yours is tight enough and you have it positioned in a certain way, you can get it back on. But just on my figure, it'll stay on, but you got to do it before you transform her fully. Well, I got it back on. Okay. Alright. Oops, that came out of tab. That's not time for that yet. It's not time for you yet. Go back where you belong. Okay. So that comes off. Alright. So, like I said, just take this, grab it, and it'll pop off. Put that to the side. And her gun is stored in the spider mode, much like on her original toy. This is a lot better than the original toy, I'd say. So, straighten out the legs, make sure these are positioned the right way, turn the head around, close the mandibles, bring these kneecaps up, like that. Then you want to bring up the leg, like this. I'm not going in order here, I'm going the way I transform her. There is a little tab up in here, so you want to get your nail in there, and it will, pop up. Then right here on the back, oops, I forgot to show this. Hang on, give me just a second. I'm so sorry. I forgot to show off one of the coolest features about her spider mode. Please forgive me. I am so sorry. Alright, let me get all this back up. Now, you don't really have to position her a certain way for this. Okay, let me put all this back down. I can't believe I forgot this. I'm so glad I looked at that. Alright. Like you could do on the original toy, if you want to scare the life out of people who are afraid of spiders, and especially this being a Black Widow, so you're going to scare a bunch of people with this. Have her positioned in a certain way. Grab her poison anchor, and she has this little tab right here which will go in. Let me make sure this is put in all the way. And it will go inside this little hole right here. Just turn it. And it is a solid connection. Most people don't say they have a solid connection, but on mine it is. And you can just pull her up. Hoist her up and she can dangle. Which I think is really cool. So. And then if you take this and you wrap it around a pole, and then you kind of do this, like that, and then give it a turnaround, that'll be a solid connection and it will stay. Kind of like that. That's the way you want it. And she can stay and hang from anywhere. So, moving this off to the side, I'm so sorry I forgot about that. I completely forgot about that. Oh, and I forgot about this too. For spider mode, if you want to use her as this, you use the same port that you use for the hanging gimmick, and you just plug it in. Right there. Oops, that's my fault. Come on, work for me. Position her a certain way, and it can look like she is jumping. And there's a whole bunch of other poses you can do. So. You can do a lot of things with a stand if you want. So that's how that works. Alright, now we can finally move on to transformation. So,